On Christmas Eve dinner, my grandfather came to visit and asked, "Did you like the house I gave you 2 years ago?" I nearly choked on my cranberry sauce. "What house, Grandpa? I never got a house." His confused eyes darted to my parents. Mom's fork froze halfway to her mouth. Dad started coughing violently into his napkin. "Emma, honey," Grandpa said slowly, "the blue house on Maple Street, 3 bedrooms, big kitchen. I bought it cash and put it in your name for your college graduation." My stomach dropped. I knew that house. I'd been living there for 2 years, paying my landlord $1 in $400 every month through some property management company called Sunset Rentals. "Grandpa, I think you're confused. I rent that house. I pay $1,400 every month." His weathered hands started shaking. "Rent? You own that house, sweetheart. I have the paperwork in my truck." The silence was deafening. I could hear the Christmas music playing softly in the background, some cheerful song about family togetherness. Mom's face had gone completely white. Dad was staring at his plate like it might sprout legs and run away. "I'll be right back," Grandpa said, getting up so fast his chair almost tipped over. Through the window, I watched him march to his pickup truck with purpose. My parents still hadn't said a word. He came back with a manila envelope, spreading legal documents across our dinner table. There it was. My full name on a property deed dated exactly 2 years and 4 months ago. The house I'd been killing myself to afford was mine the entire time. "You've been my landlords," I whispered, the realization hitting me like a freight train. "This whole time, you've been collecting rent from me for my own house." Mom burst into tears. "We can explain this, sweetie." "Explain what exactly?" "That I've been working 60 hours a week to pay you almost $30,000 for nothing?" I was screaming now. "I've eaten cereal for dinner because I couldn't afford groceries after paying rent." Dad finally spoke up, his voice shaking. "We were saving the money for your wedding fund." "Where is it then?" I demanded. The silence told me everything. Grandpa's voice was ice cold. "Where's the money, Robert? We had some financial emergencies. The roof needed fixing and the car payments." Dad trailed off. "You spent her money on your problems while watching her struggle?" Grandpa was standing now, all 6 feet of him towering over my father. "She called me crying last month because she couldn't afford her electric bill." I remembered that call, how embarrassed I felt asking Grandpa for help with a $100 utility bill, while my parents were depositing $1,400 of my dollars into their account. "The security deposit?" I said suddenly. "You made me pay a security deposit to move into my own house." Even Mom looked horrified at that memory. "Pack your things tonight," Grandpa told my parents firmly. "I'm changing the locks tomorrow morning, and we're calling my lawyer." "You can't kick us out of Emma's life," Dad protested. "Watch me. You had 2 years to tell her the truth. Instead, you robbed your own daughter blind." As I left with Grandpa, I turned back one last time. "I trusted you with everything. Every struggle, every worry about money. You watched me suffer and said nothing." Mom was sobbing into her hands now. "We never meant for it to go this far. We were going to tell you eventually." "Eventually?" I laughed, but there was no humor in it. "When? After you'd stolen $50,000 from me? $100,000? "We love you, Emma," Dad said desperately. "No," I said firmly. "People who love you don't watch you skip meals so you can pay them rent for your own house. People who love you don't let you work yourself to exhaustion while they spend your money on car payments." 3 months later, I got a check for $33,600. That's how much they'd stolen from me, plus the interest Grandpa's lawyer calculated. They also had to pay my legal fees. I never spent Christmas with them again. Some betrayals are too deep to forgive. But you know what? I finally got to enjoy my beautiful house, the one my grandfather bought me out of love. And I sleep peacefully every night knowing I earned that peace. The look of pure shame on their faces that Christmas Eve told me they finally understood what they'd lost. And it wasn't just the money. It was me.